Hello, welcome to HITC Sport, and what in the love of God was that Saudi Arabia defending? Alright, first things first, the World Cup is here and I'm about to work myself into a mild coma. Stick with me on this channel though, lads, because this is the place to be for daily uploads the morning after each set of World Cup games. By the third week, I'm going to look like Anne Frank on crystal meth. But very quickly, just drop a subscribe with the notifications turned on. Follow me on Twitter, tell me that my haircut makes me look like a confused lesbian, and we're all set. Let's go, lads. Anyway, the first game was the biggest pile of wank I've... Sorry, no, it all started with a prestigious World Cup opening ceremony with Robbie Williams acting like a 13-year-old auditioning for a Will and E video. I'm not sure who he was sticking that finger up to. Probably his manager for making him sing Rock DJ 20 years later. Robbie, we've been waiting for you to entertain us since 2002. What are you doing on my TV? Just kidding, I watched the entire game through someone else's window. Please watch my ads, I'm struggling to live. Jason Derulo was supposed to perform, but he pulled out. Ironically, something his dad should have done 28 years ago. Instead, our airwaves are polluted with the lyrical genius that is this. Swalla-la-la, drink, swalla-la-la. Kill it with fire. But anyway, we have waited 4 years for the World Cup, only for it to be opened by Russia and Saudi Arabia. No disrespect to those countries, wonderful places to live. Well, Ryland Clark would be shot within minutes of getting off the plane. But your football teams, on paper, are about as exciting as an early morning prostate exam. This game was watched around the world by 10 million people. Normally you'd be doing well to get 4 men and their dogs to watch this sort of game. Obviously it was purely because it was the opening game of the World Cup. So you sort of just felt obliged to sit through it. It's sort of like a parent turning up to their kid's talent show. I mean, they don't care about the one who's on first. They don't care about the 7-year-old dunce who eats chalk and shoves a flute up their nose. They just want to see their own kid. Except my parents, who were actively at the back taking photos and giving me the thumbs up on my flute playing abilities. So was the milkman actually. Not sure why. Didn't even have a kid. But already there was controversy about half a second into the World Cup, after ITV Player showed an advert during kickoff, because you know.
Well done, ITV Player, for playing ads through the kickoff of the World Cup's first match. Idiots! Are you kidding me, ITV? Did you just show one too many adverts and miss the kickoff of the first game of the World Cup? Absolute shanty channel this. ITV denied me the chance to watch the actual kickoff. That has crushed me.
Oh, for f***'s sake, lads. If you're wanking yourself silly after the kickoff, maybe you need more in your life. Just a thought. But listen, lads, I actually thought the Saudis would be decent. I didn't think they'd qualify, I'm not borderline insane, but I thought they'd at least put up a bit of a fight. They didn't just shit the bed, they emptied the entire contents of their bowels all over the f***ing mattress. Vladimir Putin, who always looks like he's about to warn teenage wizards not to return to Hogwarts, was watching the game with a Saudi prince. Sure, they're striking wild deals with each other half the time anyway. This was after the first goal. By the end of the game, I'd say he was trying hard not to laugh in his face. But anyway, onto the game. Russia took the lead with Ivan Gazinski towers home a header after 6 minutes, after his marker at the worst time in his life forgets how to use his feet. But to be fair, it wouldn't be the first time someone has slipped on this pitch. 10 years later and he's still getting rinsed for it. Please don't have sex with my wife. I know she's imaginary, but still. Dennis Cheryshev added a second after some neat build-up play by the hosts, after the Saudi defense parted like the legs of a Love Island hopeful. But then you'd expect the Saudis to come out in the second half and actually attempt to win the game, or at least put up a challenge. You know, this was their most winnable game in a tournament they spent like 4 years trying to qualify for, and going through managers like Charlie Sheen goes through condoms. Well, at least I hope he's learned how to use a condom. Was that in poor taste? Probably. Where was I before that insane monologue? Lads, this is the first game and I'm already having a mental breakdown live on it. I mean, like, what am I going to be like when I'm having to report on Tunisia versus Panama? Having been starved of food, water and daily wanks for the previous 2 weeks. Look forward to that, lads. But yeah, Russia were in control of this game. The Saudis had some nice touches, decent flicks, but Christ above, lads. I have seen better defending down the local under-9s Sunday league. Again, not sure why the milkman has a season ticket. It was 3-0 after 79 minutes. Artem Dzyuba of Arsenal Tula scored. I'm sure everyone at Arsenal Tula Fan TV were going absolutely mental. Oh, that might be the job done! 2 more goals were added in injury time, courtesy of a sublime finish from Cheryshev. Why was he left on the bench to begin with? And then a free kick from Alexander Golovin, who's already getting linked with half the top 4. But lads, 5-0, it sounds great. But the Russians didn't even look like they were getting out of second gear for most of that game. The Saudis just looked so sloppy awkward. They had a striker who was at Manchester United a few months ago. Granted, he was only there to train for 3 weeks and brought in to make Anthony Martial feel better about himself, but still. Maybe it was a case of stage fright for the Saudis, I don't know. This was only the 10th game that the women in Saudi Arabia were allowed to watch after that rule was overturned in January. They have since lost 6 of those games, including 4-1 to Iraq. Maybe having all those girls they match with off Tinder stuck in the crowd at the football game is causing them to play like they have arthritis in the knees. Either that or they're just shit! The Saudi fans are really gonna come for me in the comment section below, but seriously lads, how can you defend that performance? Like honestly, at a World Cup? Lads, honestly, if we're talking golden boot winners, at this rate, look no further than the 2 former Liverpool lads. When Suarez and Salah come up against the Saudi Arabian defence, oh good lord, what sort of damage are they going to inflict? Salah, I don't care if he has 2 broken arms, he is going to have those centre backs for breakfast. He was probably watching this game licking his lips. Golden boot winner? I mean, purely for the fact that they're playing Saudi Arabia, could come down to between Suarez and Salah. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell too much on the Russian performance or the players' names because, Jesus, the last time I tried to pronounce Russian names, this happened.
Wow, the pronunciations are on point. You butchered so many names, you could have opened a shop. I don't think any Russian is named Serchai. Your pronunciation on simple Russian names like Yuri and Serchai makes me want to burn the whole island of Ireland. Jesus Christ, the pronunciations. The most brutal name butchering I've ever witnessed in my life. Well, Borat has really fallen on hard times.
It's not wrong. I am excited for this World Cup though. I mean, yes, Russia have been given a bad press over all the alleged racism going on, but hey, they said that they want to be an open, hospitable, and friendly country over the next few weeks. Sounds encouraging. What could go wrong? Russian MP. Avoid sex with foreign men during World Cup. Now, I would never be so crass as to denigrate a woman based solely on her looks, but somehow, I don't think this one is anything to worry about. The only sex she'll be getting over the next month can be bought from Ann Summers for $9.95. I really hope my mother doesn't watch these anymore. Russia has cleared football hooligan ultras to attend World Cup. Oh god, well, why wouldn't you? You know, it's such a sensible idea. Don't know why they didn't just open up the prisons as well and let them go. Should let them all out. Just, you know, they just want to watch a bit of footy, you know? I mean, is this really the sort of guy you'd want sitting beside you at a football game? He looks mental. I mean, the gun is bad enough, but wearing a baseball cap on backwards. Does he think it's 1997? Listen lads, if you are out in Russia this summer, then I don't know why you'd be watching a YouTube video. Get out there and enjoy yourselves. But if you are or are planning to, be safe, have fun. I don't know why I'm bothering. I am most likely talking to a bunch of teenagers in their bedrooms. And now I'm just sounding like the fucking milkman. Anyway, listen, that's all I've got time for today, lads. But tomorrow, better games. Egypt versus Uruguay, Morocco against Iran, and Portugal versus Spain. And I have a lot to say about that one. Join me for that one, lads. Tomorrow, same time, same place. We're gonna do this until I drop dead of exhaustion. But don't forget to follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.